All right, this video covers safeties and drills and procedures for Mesquite High School the year 2019 and 20. Obviously, school safety is a major topic nationwide, and it takes all of us to work together to keep our schools safe. It can't be one person. It has to be everyone looking out for visitors, looking out for open doors, making sure students are in the proper place. And I think we do a great job at that. Let's just don't ever assume or think that some facet of school safety is not your responsibility. It takes all of us. We all know the procedures for the front door now. They have to be buzzed in. Visitors, please don't open the doors for visitors. They have to go through the phone and to be buzzed in. If you see students doing that, if you see them letting in people, it's okay to stop and educate them on why it's important not to do that. A lot of students just don't think about it. Once again, just like last year, we don't allow former students, spouses, children to visit during instructional time. That time is precious and sacred, and we don't want that interrupted. If you suspect someone doesn't belong, please let someone know immediately. There's security guards, administrators. Swing by a phone, have them call 7800. Let us know. And it's always a good idea to keep your door locked during the school day. You've seen these posters last year all around. We encourage students to use our text to tip. We'll have a new program we're rolling out this year for tips, but we encourage them to, please, if they see something suspicious, say something. Say it to you. Hopefully you have the relationship with them that they feel comfortable letting you know. Encourage them to use that and talk and let us know if they see suspicious behavior. This is our standard response protocol poster. Sometimes in these moments, you're panicking. You are things happen really fast, and I understand that. This poster is designed to give you kind of a quick checklist, to give you a guide, just to simplify what to do in these situations. It should be posted in your room. If you do not have this poster, please come see me. I have plenty. Please note that it's never perfect. You can never plan a system that works exactly like you want it. Sometimes there's chaos. It's a big school with a lot of kids and a lot of moving parts. Just do your best to help your kids and yourself in these moments. Drills. We have one fire drill each month, a lockdown, a lockout, and shelter in place each semester. You should have an evacuation map in your room. If you don't, please come see me. I'll make sure you have one. Do not change the evacuation route you've been assigned unless you talk to me and we decide that there's a better plan, and there might be. Please have a method for checking attendance and accounting each student once you're outside. Once again, like last year, when we have a fire alarm or a drill, please wait for the command to evacuate. We want to add an extra layer of security, so as soon as we hear it, we have a system to where we scan and check cameras to make sure that it's not a more dangerous situation that you're walking into. Once we give the evacuate the building, and we try to repeat it several times, please have your kids get quiet so you can hear it. I know it's difficult. We're working on a better system, hopefully soon, so you can hear it easier. But we'll give an evacuate the building command to make sure you leave the building. In a lockout, bring your kids inside, lock the door, take attendance. We really don't want your kids leaving the classroom because we don't want them outside. Return to normal classroom activity. In a lockdown, and we experienced this last spring, and I thought once again our campus did a phenomenal job handling this situation. You immediately lock your classroom doors, should be locked already. You turn off your lights, you usher your kids away from the door and windows. Make sure they're there, remain quiet, encourage your kids to stay off their phones, encourage your kids to stay as quiet as possible. Do not answer the door until someone opens the door. It'll be a police officer. We will never knock and say, hey, let us in, let us in. Sometimes that can be challenging because you're afraid that it might be a student, but you have to protect the kids that you have inside the room and protect yourself. When we evacuate, once we give you the evacuate command, lead your room to the evacuation spot, and then take attendance and note of any students that are missing. Shelter. This is, obviously a tornado situation. Upstairs, typically move downstairs. Exterior classrooms, if you're facing a window, move into an inner wall. Portables, move to the nearest hallway. Sitting on the ground in the hallway, Indian style or with your knees up, and then just sit tight and wait for further instructions. Take attendance, make note of any missing, injured, or extra students. Remain calm, keep your classroom as quiet and calm as possible. In a hold means we just don't want you to let your classes out of your classroom at that time. Usually something maybe has happened in the hallway, we've had an incident. Please keep your kids inside the classroom, keep activity as normal as possible, and then we'll let you know when you can release. Last year we started the Wing Commander program. We're going to continue that this year. Your primary job is to be another opportunity for teachers to notify us quickly. You'll have a radio. Please, in a situation, if you're near a wing commander or you can get to a wing commander, let them know to call the office for whatever situation has happened. Each hallway has a wing commander. During evacuations, wing commanders, please keep your radios with you. I am not asking you to take attendance this year. I just want you to have a radio in case we need more out there in case something happens. Please stay off the radios during these situations because sometimes traffic can be heavy. Once again, it's a requirement this year to be out in the hallways during the passing periods. So that'll help with situations and prevent issues out in the hall. When we have emergency situations, please keep your radios off. I'm speaking of lockdowns and lockouts. We do not want our children hearing the sensitive information. We don't want you hearing it. Sometimes these things happen in real time and there's FERPA violations. Sometimes a situation can sound a lot worse than it really is. We will give you all the information you need when it's shared with us. To be honest, a lot of times we're in a lockdown situation, we're locked down and we don't know what's going on. We are in the same boat you are. So please, it can only add an element of fear and it compromises sometimes the safety of our students. So please keep those radios off during lockdowns and lockouts. Please help us with prop doors. Coaches and teachers, do not let your students prop doors. If you see this, unprop it. If you see them doing it, please explain to them why that's a security risk. We will not have a safety inspection this year, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with this, but it's still important that we follow the protocol. Remember, if you have sprinkler systems in your room, you cannot cover more than 50% of your walls. If you don't have a sprinkler system, if you're an A hall or C hall, you can't cover more than 20% of your wall. That's typically one of your walls. You can't cover more than that. We do not allow refrigerators, microwaves in classrooms. Do not stack boxes closer to 18 inches, and no piggybacking here. You can see from extension cord to extension cord, from a power strip to a power strip. It's best practices to always leave your classroom door open during teaching. Have the door locked, so if you have to shut it in emergency, it's locked, but you can keep it open. Also, if you're in classrooms with one student or just a couple of students, please keep your doors locked to prevent any accusations or, in the world we live in today, you have to protect yourselves at all times. Do not have students hanging out in your room during lunches. They need to be in the cafeteria or in the courtyard. If you're offering a tutoring session during lunch and you've arranged that, that's fine, but make sure that it's not a hangout session. Use common sense and be mindful of protecting yourself at all times against these type of situations and accusations. The more students see us, the less or fewer incidents we have. It's proven, statistics show when campuses have a more visible presence in their hallways at all times, security risks are less. It takes all of us. Sometimes they're very scary moments. Please ask questions. Please let us help you if you're not sure. And like I said, sometimes things they happen fast, and sometimes even though we planned and we set a system in place, we just have to do what's best and use common sense and always think of our kids and ourselves' safety first and foremost. Thank you.